It really felt like I was having an out of body experience. It's like being in a movie where you're like, oh, this doesn't happen to people like me. Hi, my name is Carolyn Ficarelli. I live in Williamsburg, Virginia. When my son had RSV, it was very quick. He ended up getting transferred to the PICU in the middle of the night because his oxygen dropped so rapidly. Watching my child get basically wheeled out of the room and I'm running behind and trying to just make sense of what's happening, it really felt like I was having an out of body experience. It's like being in a movie, but we we weren't leaving the hospital. We lived at that hospital the entire time. I don't think I showered for up until maybe like day 8 because I was terrified to leave my child unattended, even though I knew it was the safest place for him. I would never have been able to forgive myself if something happened when I wasn't there. Being hospitalized for, you know, almost 2 weeks at 6 months of age actually had like impacts on him as well. Even though he has no memory of it, it delayed a bunch of his motor milestones. He had to learn how to do a lot of stuff again, because he was laying out in the hospital bed for basically 2 weeks. We could hold him a little bit, but we couldn't do tummy time with him. We couldn't let him practice pulling up or sitting. I mean, he was like almost 9 months old before he could even sit up independently because he just had lost a lot of trunk support. He had been starting to work on self-feeding, and like that really got backtracked. Feeding in general had gotten backtracked because he had been NG tube fed for basically 2 weeks. I would tell any parent that is on the fence, or not willing to explore an option that can significantly reduce the risks or possibly prevent an illness like RSV. There is nothing worse as a parent than watching your child struggle and be sick and knowing that there's nothing that you can do about it. On the flip side, wouldn't it be good to be able to say, oh, I know what I did like to know that you've done everything that you could to prevent that from happening. It really is kind of where I'm at right now, as I have friends who are having children who, or have people that I know who have young kids. If you can do something to prevent your child from becoming, I mean, potentially gravely ill, like there's really, there's really no worse feeling than knowing that you could have done something.